Video game speedrunning has evolved into an art form, and many of the most stunning and remarkable games played by speedrunners are Mario games. Mario games are entertaining to play because of their responsive controls, and they are astounding because of the complexity of some of their tricks. But no matter how the game is mesmerizing you, I'm sure you struggle a lot to beat the latest sensation Mario Odyssey, but we wonder in awe how the famous speedrunners beat this game even without Cappy. Surprise, surprise, we figured it out and thought, why not share it with you guys? All you have to do is stick to the end of the video. That being said, let's start. Every mainstream Mario game from the 1985 release of Super Mario Bros. Until the 2017 release of Super Mario Odyssey has developed its own speedrunning community. Every record run in these games is a piece of art because they need precision platforming and picture-perfect moves. Over time, new methods are discovered or created to improve runs to the point that world records are overtaken by nanoseconds. Another important reason why Mario speedruns are so entertaining to watch is the brutal competition between them. Every pro runner aims to make a world record, but I don't believe in class differences. I hope you're not making me your messiah, are you? Well, I don't mind a little bit of flattery. Just put your thoughts in the comments below. On a serious note, even you can beat the game if you have the determination to do it. Let's see what we actually do in the game. Players must capture the fewest foes in the shortest amount of time. Hence, a record combines lowest percentage and any percentage. To develop strategies to capture the fewest number of adversaries, players are also seeking to complete the game as rapidly as they can. This has the effect of immediately setting a new record, therefore it does not matter how long it takes a new runner to finish the game, even if they manage to reduce the number of captures to 2. However, beating Super Mario Odyssey in less than an hour and a half with just 3 captures is really outstanding. Obviously it is, but who's done it? Speedrunners were able to reduce timings from their first measurements in hours to an hour and 15 minutes, then under an hour, and finally under 58 minutes. Another significant achievement was made when a speedrunner finished Super Mario Odyssey in 57 minutes and 21 seconds. The world record for the quickest speedrun through Super Mario Odyssey, any percentage, is currently held by Tyron18. Russia 1's previous record-breaking time of 57:35 is now surpassed by Tyron18, with Lucidity now placing third with a timing of 57:56. Tyron18 is a speedrunner who is from Italy, which is really appropriate. Tyron completed Super Mario Odyssey in 57 minutes and 9 seconds. The game was won for the first time ever in under 57 minutes and 10 seconds, surpassing Tyron's previous record by a whole 11 seconds. Despite breaking the previous record, Tyron still thinks Odyssey can be defeated in less than 57 minutes. Tyron noted that they lost 30 seconds during the game when they achieved their previous record, so theoretically, a flawless run might safely float under the 57-minute barrier. Tyron changes the time before they start their run for a good purpose as well. This will deceive the Switch into believing that it is daylight savings time, causing the console's clock to accurately advance by an hour at the appropriate time. That prevents a flower in the Sand Kingdom from having to wait for its growth to occur gradually. Important for everyone who wants to submit a time under 57 minutes. But the question is how? And the answer is glitches. Through some amazing glitches. Nut jumping is definitely one of them. When a huge seed touches the bottom of any body of water, nut jumping, sometimes referred to as limitless nut jumping or the wet nut glitch, enables Mario to jump indefinitely high. As a result of the trick's reputation for being incredibly hard to repeat after several attempts, relatively few players have developed the consistency required to use it successfully. To achieve a sizable amount of height, the player must first find one of the giant seeds used to produce beanstalks to carry out the glitch. Normal seeds will not work. The seed has to be wet next by being submerged in water and let drop to the bottom. When Mario gets the seed back, it will have new characteristics. The seed will no longer be wet if it is put back into the water and removed before it reaches the bottom. Since the seed will not change when it respawns, Mario can dunk it in water and wait for it to appear rather than having to retrieve it from the water surface. The seed acquires a quality that enables Mario to capture it in midair once it has been made wet. By constantly tossing the seed, diving forward and catching it again, this may be used to acquire limitless height. A triplet rhythm with nearly equal spacing is ideal for this trick. Throw, dive, catch, repeat. The catch may be executed either by holding X or Y from the previous diving input or by pushing X or Y in time with the beat, depending on preference. The player should not make any contact with the left joystick when executing this maneuver for maximum consistency. The nut jumping vulnerability is most famously used in minimum captures runs, particularly minimum captures any percentage. Using a huge seed that can be obtained in the main courtyard, it is possible to completely bypass the last wire capture up to the Robo-Brood Arena in Bowser's Kingdom using this technique. Throwing the seed into the pool at the foot of the courtyard and waiting for it to respawn is the trick's most effective method, since it eliminates the need to climb back up to the seed's spawn spot. You may utilize nut jumping to scale the ice walls enclosing the Snow Kingdom overworld. Because of the angle of some of these walls, Mario can stand still on top of them. Although there are other methods to scale these walls, nut leaping is one of the simplest ways to get to a place where Mario may stand. However, the next glitch I'm going to talk about is the real deal. A Cappy return cancel, sometimes referred to as CRC, is a trick that can be used to let Cappy get exceptionally far away from Mario in two-player mode. This distance may be utilized to launch captures, activate checkpoint flags, and carry out other distant operations. Glitch hunter Sirki found that Cappy return cancels. Cappy and Mario can be kept apart when the game is being played in two-player mode. When this is finished, Cappy enters flight mode, enabling movement with a second controller. Cappy typically has a constrained range and can only travel so far from Mario. Cappy can go beyond this typical range if he gets caught behind something, which will obstruct his way back to Mario. When that occurs, Cappy is not able to be moved directly even though he is still in flight mode. It is vital to know that once Cappy can see Mario again, he will start walking towards Mario and continue doing so until he is back within the acceptable range. While in flying mode, Cappy will enter returning mode and try to return to Mario's head if the X or Y button is hit. When Cappy switches to returning mode, he usually just flies back to Mario's head. However, if Cappy is either very far away or caught behind anything, he will not be able to fly back to Mario's head in time and will instead teleport back to him after a brief interval of about 3 seconds if he is far away, or 3 seconds if he is struck. This teleportation can be stopped to put Cappy back in flying mode. An example of a Cappy return cancel is this. The X or Y button on Cappy's controller must be hit inside a 5-frame window at the same moment when Cappy tries to teleport back to Mario to execute one. Additionally, Mario must do something to stop the animation of him putting Cappy back on his head at the time of the CRC. Typically, this involves crouching, rolling, diving, or doing a backflip. After performing the CRC, Cappy will teleport to a different location away from Mario rather than returning to his head. The Morning Metro and 5 Spark Pylons in Bowser's Kingdom can both be skipped via Cappy return cancels in certain minimum captures runs, most notably minimum captures any %. One can also be utilized to greatly simplify Madam Brood skip. However, minimum captures are not the only situation when Cappy return cancellations are used. Cappy return cancellations can be utilized, among other things, to get to warp painting islands early or for other low percentage categories such as minimum jumps and minimum left stick. Isn't it amazing? Now I'm sure you are dying to get back to your gaming console. But before that, tell me what your thoughts are. Did you know any of these glitches before? Feel free to comment down below. And if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. For more amazing videos like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more speedrunning related videos. Also, don't forget to press that bell icon. We'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.